All right, parents, brace yourself. Once again, there is another dangerous party drug out there that we got to talk about. This one is called 2CP, and some kids tripped out on it this weekend and took a trip to the ER.
I've never heard of this hallucinogenic drug. 2CP or something like that? But evidently it raised hell here last night with these kids.
Police say it was at 10:30. A concert featuring electronic dance music was in full party mode. A crowd of more than 1,200 people attending. Suddenly, 4 of them collapsed, almost simultaneously, and then 3 others started having medical trouble. Police say they took a drug called 2CP, a powerful hallucinogenic. One young man didn't have a pulse and wasn't breathing.
16 and 17 years old, you're naive. We all were. So you're trying to be hip with the other guys?
All right, so if your kid is at a party where there's 2CP going around, let me show you. It might look something like this. Usually it comes out on a table or a tray. Kids can snort it. They can swallow it. Just 10 milligrams of this stuff, about the size of a penny, okay? That's it. And they can hallucinate for up to 15 hours. The problem is they don't realize that it's affecting them, so they keep taking more and more, and that's why it gets so dangerous. It can kill them, actually. We found that out earlier when we talked to a doctor.
If the kids take 1 or 2 pills or just a little bit of it, it doesn't have the desired effect, they'll keep using it more and more and more until the effect really stacks up on them and they get really sick. So it definitely can be fatal. Yes, all the amphetamines can kill you.
Well, thankfully, none of the kids in Connecticut died, but here we go again, another party drug. Darren, you work with kids. You talk to kids about this because you've been there, done that.
I do.
I mean, it seems like there's something new every month.
Well, yeah, and I think it's unrealistic to think that we're going to address the problem just by parents being aware of the latest craze in drugs. Fundamentally, there's a whole other place to solve the problem, and that is what is inspiring kids to be engaging in these dangerous behaviors in the first place. Otherwise, we're just addressing symptoms, never fixing the underlying problem, and then we can't be surprised that these things are just going to keep reoccurring with one new drug after another.
What else does it do to the body, Christy?
All right, well, this is what we know. Doctors say 2CP is a synthetic amphetamine drug, as we've been talking about, but it basically, it's an upper that makes you hallucinate, and it starts kind of messing with your head and perception. This is several hours after you take it, and then it speeds up the heart rate. It jacks up your body temperature and your blood pressure, and then boom, you pass out. And seizures and death can also happen at that point. Now, just in this particular case, the cops in Connecticut said around 10:30 that night, it was kind of like a light switch went off at that party, and 4 young people just collapsed almost simultaneously. So that's what happened in that case. But you know what surprised me is that all of this can happen with, as you said, a dose the size of a penny.
Well, and you talk about the hallucinating. I mean, just take a look at some of these pictures that we found off Tumblr when you actually put in the hashtag 2CP. This is the kind of stuff that you get. It gives you an idea about, you know, the trips these people are on when they're taking this stuff.
It looks like stuff back in the LSD acid days.
It's the 60s.
Yeah,
it
tripping.
is.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I don't know. Maybe it just seems odd coming from me because I'm a criminal defense lawyer that's trying to put myself out of business by helping people make better choices so they don't need criminal defense lawyers. But we've got to stop what I call rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, where we're just solving symptoms and not addressing what's really going on with young people. And it starts with having a frank conversation.
Yeah, it does, and getting them involved in everything else possible.